Elon Musk sat in his office at Tesla's headquarters, staring at the production reports on his screen. The numbers were solid, and the company was performing well, but something didn't sit right with him. Over the years, he had received countless reports about the challenges faced by Tesla's factory workers: long shifts, intense working conditions, and tight deadlines. He had always aimed for efficiency, but was the reality on the ground aligned with the company's vision? That night, an idea struck him. He decided to go undercover at one of Tesla's gigafactories. To get a first-hand experience, he would disguise himself as an entry-level factory worker, blending in with his employees and experiencing their daily struggles. He informed only a select few members of his executive team, swearing them to secrecy. With the help of professional makeup artists, Elon's appearance was completely transformed. His signature hairstyle was hidden under a cap. His facial structure was slightly altered with prosthetics, and he was given a fake ID under the name Adam Foster. Dressed in the standard Tesla factory uniform, he was unrecognizable. To everyone else, he was just another new recruit. The next morning, Elon reported to the Tesla Gigafactory in Fremont, California. The facility buzzed with activity. Conveyor belts rolled, robotic arms assembled battery packs, and workers moved swiftly to meet production targets. As a new employee, he had to undergo orientation and training, just like anyone else. His first task was assembling battery modules. It required precision, speed, and endurance. Within an hour, he felt the strain on his hands. By midday, he was drenched in sweat, realizing that the job was far more physically demanding than he had ever imagined. He observed his co-workers. Some were incredibly efficient, moving seamlessly through their tasks, while others, like him, struggled to keep up. One worker, a middle-aged man named Carlos, noticed his slow pace and whispered, "Hey, keep up, man. Supervisors are watching. If you fall behind, they'll give you a warning." Elon nodded, picking up the pace. His muscles burned, but he pushed through. He understood now why some employees had expressed concerns about exhaustion. The 8-hour shift was relentless with minimal breaks. During the short lunch break, he sat with a group of workers who shared their experiences. One woman, Jessica, spoke about the intense pressure to meet quotas. "If you slow down, they call you out. If you take too long in the restroom, they notice. It's like being a machine yourself." Elon listened carefully, absorbing every word. He had always believed in high performance, but was the cost too high? As his first shift ended, he left the factory exhausted but determined. This was just the beginning. By the second day, Elon's muscles ached, but he forced himself to push through. He was assigned to the paint shop, one of the most challenging areas in the factory. The heat was stifling, and the chemical fumes made breathing difficult. He noticed several workers coughing and wiping sweat from their brows. A young worker named James noticed Elon struggling and handed him a mask. "Here, man, this helps a little. Just don't ask for extra breaks. Management doesn't like that." Elon took the mask, his respect for these workers growing with each passing hour. How had he never fully grasped the conditions they worked in? The reports and briefings never conveyed the exhaustion, the pressure, or the sheer willpower it took to endure a full shift. During a break, he overheard a conversation between two senior employees. "I've been here for 5 years," one said. "They keep pushing us for higher output, but it's burning people out. I've seen folks quit just to get a break from the stress." Later that night, Elon returned to his hotel room, rubbing his sore arms. He couldn't stop thinking about what he had witnessed. The factory was efficient, but at what cost? He knew Tesla's mission was to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, but he couldn't ignore the fact that sustainability should also apply to people. Determined to see more, he continued his undercover work for a full week. He rotated between different stations, assembly lines, logistics, and even quality control. Each role had its own challenges, but the common thread was clear. The workers were incredibly dedicated, yet under immense pressure. After a week of intense labor, Elon knew it was time to reveal his true identity. He called for an emergency meeting with the factory managers and top executives. As he stepped onto the stage in the break room, the workers looked at him in confusion. Then he removed his disguise. Gasps echoed through the crowd as people recognized him. "Wait, that's Elon Musk," someone whispered. Jessica, Carlos, James, and the others stared in disbelief. The billionaire who had founded Tesla had worked alongside them without their knowledge. Elon took the microphone. "This past week, I've worked among you side by side. I've seen your dedication, your struggles, and the incredible effort you put in every day. And I have to say, I've learned more in this 1 week than in years of executive meetings." The room was silent. Then he continued, "We need to do better. No one should feel like a machine. We talk about innovation, but real innovation starts with making sure our people are taken care of. Effective immediately, we are implementing major changes." He announced a series of improvements: better working conditions, more frequent breaks, improved safety measures, and a new initiative to ensure workers' feedback was heard at the highest levels. He also proposed a rotational system where managers would work on the floor for a few days each month to stay connected with reality. The workers erupted into applause. Some were in shock, others were hopeful. Elon had not only listened, he had experienced their struggles firsthand. In the following months, Tesla saw a transformation. Productivity increased, but more importantly, morale skyrocketed. Employees felt valued, and the factory environment improved significantly. The story of Elon Musk's undercover mission spread worldwide, becoming an example of leadership through experience. Elon, reflecting on the experience, knew this had been one of the most important decisions of his life. He had built rockets, revolutionized the auto industry, and dreamed of colonizing Mars. But this mission, the mission to improve the lives of his workers, felt just as significant. And that was a legacy worth building.